2,000 years ago, 5 days changed the world, forever. Behind the execution of Jesus lies a secret political conspiracy. Here is the untold, step-by-step story of his final days. Jerusalem was under strict Roman rule, packed with over 100,000 Passover pilgrims.
How much for this spice?
The city was an absolute powder
I'll
keg.
give you 8.
One small spark
9,
could
and it's
ignite a
yours.
massive revolt.
The alignment is nearly complete.
Fearing a citywide uprising, elite religious rulers met in secret to silence a rising leader. They desperately needed an insider to avoid public riots, and 30 silver coins sealed the deal. Judas, one of his inner circle, agreed to guide armed guards under the cover of darkness. The conspiracy was locked in place. The final countdown of 5 days had officially begun. Here is the exact timeline of events that stunned the ancient Roman Empire. Day 1, Palm Sunday. Jesus entered Jerusalem, riding humbly on a young donkey. Fulfilling ancient prophecies, he rode through the city gates in quiet majesty. Thousands lined the paved roads, waving palm branches and shouting royal welcomes. The crowds expected a military conqueror who would overthrow Roman oppression by force. Instead, he offered a spiritual message, surprising both his followers and his fierce enemies. Day 2. He walked directly into the center of power, the Grand Temple complex. Seeing corrupt traders exploiting poor worshippers, he turned over money tables in protest. "My house shall be a house of prayer," he declared, driving out greedy merchants. This bold move was an open declaration of war against the ruling religious elites. From that moment, his swift arrest was no longer a matter of if, but when. Day 3 was marked by public debates and intense intellectual traps. Scholars tried to trap him with complex political questions on Roman taxes and law, yet his calm and profound answers completely silenced every trap laid before him. He privately foretold coming trials, warning his disciples to remain watchful. Day 4. As night set over the quiet streets, 12 disciples met in secret. They gathered in an upper room for what would become the most famous meal in history. He broke the rustic unleavened bread and shared the cup, creating a lasting tradition. He spoke of sacrifice and love, binding them together in a new covenant. Then came the shocking revelation. "Truly I tell you, one of you tonight will betray me." Stunned silence swept the room as disciples looked at one another in utter disbelief. Shortly after, Judas stood up quietly and stepped out into the pitch-black night. The remaining disciples crossed the Kidron Valley toward a dark olive garden called Gethsemane. Sieve 5. In the quiet garden, while his tired friends slept, he prayed in agonizing grief. Knowing the brutal physical ordeal ahead, he surrendered fully to the higher plan. Suddenly, glowing torches cut through the dark trees as armed guards moved in. Judas identified him with a kiss, and Jesus was bound without offering resistance. Before dawn, he was rushed through secret, late-night trials before high priests. At sunrise, he was handed over to Roman Governor Pontius Pilate for judgment. Finding no crime, Pilate symbolically washed his hands, giving in to political pressure. By Friday afternoon, he was led out to a rocky hill known as Golgotha. Unusual darkness covered the entire city as his final moments on earth arrived. His followers gently laid his body inside a carved rock tomb nearby. Roman guards were stationed outside, keeping watch through a silent, tragic Saturday. Yet early on Sunday morning, the massive stone was found rolled away in brilliant light. An extraordinary story that changed history forever. Tap the subscribe button now for more incredible revelations.